So let's dive in. Today, Let's Go Washington announced their path forward for what they hope will be a repeal of the income tax. We'll put up this to show you that this is going to be IP 26, which is an initiative to the people, and 26 is the year, and the number is 645. So IP 26 645 is an initiative to the people. It states it would provide a straightforward repeal of the tax and give Washington voters the opportunity to vote yes to repeal the income tax. If you haven't been watching us for very long, or maybe not have paid attention to Washington politics, I don't blame you sometimes, but Washington's Democrats, the majority, passed a new income tax. Senate Bill 6346 was signed into law by the governor at the very end of the 2026 legislative session. For now, it's a tax on millionaires whose earned income is in excess of $1 million, or a combined household income in excess of $1 million. And you're taxed at 9.9% on that income. There's no question, based on even supporters of this, that it's likely to end up being a tax on all earned income. Doesn't matter how much money you make in the years to come in the state of Washington. So there's this effort to push back on this and say you can't do this unless you amend the state constitution. So here is Let's Go Washington's Brian Haywood in this morning's press conference announcing their initiative campaign.
This is an initiative that we think is very strong, that will be does a couple of things. I'll outline just quickly what it does. Number one is it repeals the current income tax. Number two, it bans future income taxes, but it's more specific in that it bans both a tax on the income itself or the activity that created the income. And I know that if I was Jamie Peterson, I would be doing this to say this is something that only lawyers can understand. But they've tried to be sneaky in the way that they designed the tax to say, well, it's not really banning, and it's not taxing income, it's taxing the way. We said, we don't care how you define it. Income tax is illegal in this state. And then the final thing that that our initiative does is it actually defines income itself, so there can be no lack of clarity about what the definition of income is, so they can't play games with it. And we put this into Section 82, which is dealing with taxes. So it structurally now it will be in the code, which makes it much harder for the legislature to monkey around and try to thwart the people and insert this income tax.
So Haywood said that their initiative is not going to repeal any of what he called the goodies the Democrats promised in the income tax bill. And mainly this is going to be the expansion of the working families tax credit. That was a huge expansion, so that a lot of when the revenue comes in from the income tax starting in 2028 earnings to be paid in 2029, so that a lot of that would be going to, provide some tax relief to a lot more Washington families. That was something that, they could get behind and support. Well, Republicans, I should remind you, Republicans had a separate proposal to do the same kind of expansion of the working families tax credit without using the income tax as a mechanism to provide that tax relief. So Let's Go Washington is saying that their initiative is going to allow that dramatic expansion of this tax credit and some of the other, goodies, as they call it, in the income tax proposal to remain there, even if the income tax bill is repealed. So, I'll remind you as well that the voters in this state have rejected an income tax multiple times, and our state Supreme Court has also said it is unconstitutional. So, without an amendment to our state constitution, which says that our income is property and must be taxed uniformly, that we can't do it this route. So, you can expect likely within the next few days, a week at the most, you're going to see folks out supporting this income tax repeal outside your local Walmart and Fred Meyer and other stores, or at your church or in your neighborhoods. One thing that I did ask Haywood and Let's Go Washington today during their press availability is, how they're prepared to respond. Because you may recall in 2024, when signature gatherers were out for the two initiatives that'll be on this year's ballot, the one to restore parental rights and the one to protect girls' sports, there were a lot of assaults, vandalism, intimidation of signature gatherers. Many of those ended up resulting in police reports, some that have already, ended up in folks being prosecuted and convicted in some of these cases. He said they're really hoping that's not going to be the case this time around. Maybe people have learned their lesson. And he says there has been no shortage of folks that have been reaching out to them saying, I want to go out. I want to be a petition gatherer for this effort to potentially repeal the income tax. So, going to be watching for that to come in the days ahead.